and welcome back to Locked On Blues Draft Edition. It is currently past midnight, and I just left one of the draft headquarters, and I was able to actually interview with the media scramble Justin Carbonneau, who is the Blues' 19th overall pick. He's a right winger, and I was not expecting the Blues, honestly, to go with a winger. I thought they were going to either go with a center or a defenseman. But, I mean, when you look at this guy, when you look at Justin, and you see that he put up 89 points this past season after 62 games, how can you not be excited about him? When I spoke to him, I asked him, which player in the NHL do you model your game around? And one of the players that he named was Travis Konecny, which, of course, makes you excited because Konecny, he's able to kind of utilize his body, not the biggest frame, obviously, but he was still able to make good goal scoring for his respective team. Another player that he mentioned, and I asked him, specifically about the Blues. Do you know anything about the Blues? Is there any player that you're excited to play with? He said Jordan Kyrou. And that gets me excited. I know that fans, for whatever reason, you guys have really high expectations of Jordan Kyrou, and I'm understanding of that. However, Jordan Kyrou is still a 30-plus goal scorer for the Blues. So when I'm hearing that, Justin Carbonneau is saying, hey, listen, I want to model my game around like Kyrou does, that makes me happy as a fan and as somebody that covers this team. Justin also said that he was emotional when he got drafted, had a few tears, but that is okay. I mean, this is such an exciting moment for these young players. And he is so ecstatic to be a Blue. He even said that he doesn't know what his plans are for next year, if it's going to be going to juniors, college hockey. He doesn't know yet. So he's hoping after he meets with the Blues in a few days, he will have a better answer on what that holds. But Doug Armstrong spoke, and he said that he still believes no matter what he decides to do, he's going to still be at least 2 years away. He also played some football, by the way, so he said that he wouldn't necessarily call his football good or stat worthy, but he had such a great personality, and he was the second Blues player to wear the new sweater besides Colton Parayko, so I thought that was really cool. It looked awesome at the draft. I mean, okay, by the way, can we just be so for real? This draft, it was a very weird draft with how it was set up. I did not like it. I was not a fan of it. I felt like it was really awkward. I just wanted to throw that in here. But when we're talking about Justin, though, and his game and what he can bring, I believe that Doug and Steen, they're looking towards the future because they mentioned when some of the older players mature out, which means that they're not going to be playing in the NHL anymore, you're going to want to have a top 6 player. And he does believe that Justin can mold into that. And that was one of the things that I was saying when I was doing the Locked On draft show, was that ideally I can understand why they would draft him because of his potential. And he also is able not only to be a good playmaker, but he's able to put pucks in the back of the net. 5-on-5, he has almost 100% shooting accuracy, which is something that you want to see. And besides him being a very skilled offensive player, obviously, he's also great defensively. So I feel you're getting a really good asset in him. I know that, Cole Greshny was taken right beforehand to the Calgary Flames. I was a little bit upset about that one. However, at the end of the day, I am really happy with this pick. At first, I was a little bit confused, and then I kind of thought about it long term. In a couple of seasons from now, maybe Bushi, isn't going to be playing anymore. I mean, I know his contract, but I'm just saying, you never know the status of some players. I also like that the Blues didn't do anything silly. I mean, they only have 3 picks in this draft. So, what are you going to do? Try to package your 5th rounder? I don't think any team was going to really buy into that. So they stayed at 19. That's fine. I'm hoping that maybe they get a pick in the 3rd round, maybe if they make a trade. I'm not sure what their plan is. And I think for me, that is the confusing part of this is Doug says how important the draft is, but yet you only have 3 picks total, and the next pick that you have after your 1st round pick is in the 5th round. But I understand the moves that they made. Obviously, Holloway, Broberg. I understand what they did to just have those 3 picks this year. However, a part of me still wishes somehow, some way, they were able to have a pick in the second or third round. But again, we've seen a lot of trades already in the first round. After 6 hours, okay? Oh man, it was a brutal draft. But again, I really enjoyed my conversation with Justin, and I really enjoyed, honestly, hearing Doug speak. It was so refreshing to hear him, talk about the future of the Blues. Oh, also, one of the things that Justin mentioned was that he really loved watching the Blues' playoff run, even though it was short-lived. He said that it was really exciting to watch them even contend to be in the playoffs. And then he went on to say that he's excited to play with players like Holloway and Broberg and whatnot. So he's excited to be a Blue, and that's what you want from your players. You want them to be excited to represent your team. And that was something about Justin that I really took away from the conversation, was that he was genuinely excited to be a part of this awesome franchise. So congratulations, Justin. Now, for the rest of the video, as much as I want to hold my arm as it's falling asleep, I'm going to insert Doug Armstrong's media availability as well as Justin's, and I'm going to also insert my instant reaction that I did with the Locked On Draft show, and maybe my question, I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, this was a fun little catch up. I'm tired. I wrote like 6 articles. Obviously, I did stuff with the podcast, so it's gonna be bedtime and day 2 tomorrow. Oh, and like always, let's go Blues.